Hello and welcome to another Wednesday evening chat with Louise. A little bit different format this evening. I'm actually going to show you some of the ways I live in my tiny little space. But I don't know about you, but I think spring cleaning is overrated. I get to spring and all I want to do is get out. You know, the clocks change, we've got the light nights. So for me, my version of spring cleaning is now. Autumn, let's get ready for winter. We talked last week about preparing for the dark nights. If we're going to be sat in a space looking around, doesn't it want to be a space you feel really comfortable in? Take away the stress of clutter. So now is when I start again. I'm always very careful about what I put in my space, how I can make things better, but there has been a few things that have been really frustrating me. So to start with, I really wanted some more storage. What I was finding was I'd put summer clothes is fine because, as you've noticed, I tend to live in the same things in summer, t-shirt and shorts. But in the winter, I've got all my jumpers and I've been having them stored in boxes in my garage and it just doesn't work. Now my room's 10 by 14 and it was never intended for me to be in here. It's not been converted for me to be in here. This is actually my utility room with a bed in it. And that's all that's different. And I've added a few shelves where my bags and scarves are, which I'll show you in a minute. So I've had to adapt the space to how it's going to work for me. And at the minute it's doing really, really well. I feel safe and I'm warm. And the more I work on storage, the easier I find it. So what are my 3 tips? Storage, storage, storage. No, actually, there is a little bit more to it than that. But what a great time of year to declutter, to go through your winter clothes, look at what you're going to wear, look at what fits you this year. It's now free to sell on eBay, so go for it. Get those items out now. It's a really good time of year for selling because what you'll find is it brings you money in that you can sit on and you got a little lump sum for Christmas. So win-win there. But I'm going to show you now. I'm going to literally stop this, turn the camera around and then show you the ideas that I have for my autumn clean. So nighttime, this is what my little home looks like. Oh, outside light keeps going on and off. Strange how it looks like that. So this is where I live and I will put up a photo to show you what it was like as a utility room. But one of the things I was super frustrated about was this little area. I have my fridge in here. Yes, I wouldn't have a huge fridge like this if I was planning to stay in here, but this is my home fridge and it will go in the house. So I've got all my winter coats out now, my brolly if I need to get to the car, my dustpan. But this is what I made for myself this week. And I honestly, it would make a proper joiner weep. But hey, it has transformed my life already. I've got somewhere for my winter boots. I've got somewhere for my slow cooker. My frying pan and my little camping stove used to have to live in the garage, and the times I would not go out there because it was so cold and so you don't eat as healthily. And that has already, omelettes are us. We've had fry up for breakfast, it's been amazing. And things like my boot jack and my little sweeper. So this is, I just love it. I'm absolutely over the moon about it. And I'm going to show you what I did really. It was wood that was left over from the dovecot in the house. And yeah, sawing it by hand was fun. Well, I still can't saw a straight line, but I did my best. It was actually much thicker the wood than I'd remembered in my head. And with a little handsaw, I have never wanted a bench saw so much in my life as I did this day. But with the help of my trusty, not breeze blocks, but you know what they're called. I did measure. I measured twice, measured 3 times, still didn't get it totally right. But it does the job, it's sturdy enough, and I am chuffed a bit with how it's changed things for me. Another thing I found really useful is little sectional. The boxes were from when I used to work for the cheese people. The soft cheeses used to come in them. No, they're not smelly, they're all clean. But we used to just give something to the farming charities for keeping the boxes, which are very useful for t-shirts. Pants are in, that's actually a large Christmas bauble storage box. But they are brilliant and I just love everything to be ordered. And then same for stocks. So just really making it easy. And I actually find life's more of a pleasure when you know where everything is and it's on hand. Cutlery, I just have one set. Plates and bowls, just a couple of everything. It's just so much easier. I even have disposable cups for the days when I can't be bothered. Spare sheets are in there, and then books and remote control for the telly are in the top drawer. That's the bin bag drawer, and dusters and cleaning things, spare keys, all that sort of stuff that you normally use. Now, everything to make it work, because originally this bench was literally where the bed is and there was no bedside table over there. So that's got drawers, sliding baskets I found that fitted. It's an old TV unit that I had a cushion made for. So my jeans live in there, my hairdryer lives in there, things like PJs and extra jumpers that aren't very special but I can wear for work. As you saw, I've got my old office chair, whizzes around so I can move it wherever I want. Table was in here because it was what I used to use for photographing for eBay, but it's on wheels so I can move it. And then get to the shoes and bags. And then I went to B&Q and I got one of their little cheap white units. It's half the price of the IKEA ones. Good enough to sit in there. So I've got winter coats now. There's a box full of base layers because when I'm working outside I need my base layers. But my jumpers are there. Everything I need for the winter is now in one place and I love it. And just to give you an idea, this is how it looked when it was first done. I've actually painted the wall where the curtains are just to make it that little bit lighter because I love the colour, but it was a little bit dark. But yeah, this is the utility room, now my home, for now. So just to round up, I genuinely believe that living in a tiny space can be a joy in some respects because there's very limited cleaning you have to do. And once you get everything in its place, I think mentally, for your mental health, it is so important. And it is actually quite a joy when you can just go and grab what you want, where you want it. Like I say, some of the things in here I wouldn't have, but they're part of the utility room, but it's working. So I hope, you know, the idea of decluttering, don't worry about spring cleaning, make this your autumn clean. And then you'll have such a lovely clear mind going forward into the winter. You'll have space to be, to work, to read, to hibernate, to snuggle down, feel really comfortable during the winter as well in those dark nights. I can read, I can write, there is so much I can do. And then earn some extra money, get those things sold that you don't need or give them away. You know, what can you give to charities at this time of year as well? So I hope that's given you some ideas, and I hope moving forward you really enjoy your tiny space, or at the very least it might help you declutter a little bit of your home. Thank you.